Hello friends, welcome to, you can call this a bonus episode, I guess, of the media theory thing. I apologise if you can hear my dog eating in the background. But we're going to take what we learned in the semiotics episode and try and apply that to something, just so you can kind of understand the semiotic analysis a little bit better. And I thought the easiest way to do this would be to use some movie posters, because movie posters are like, their whole job is to tell you as much about the film as possible without actually telling you about the film, because, like, you know, spoilers. So I just googled movie poster. We're gonna have a look through. We're gonna do some, like, just top of the dome semiotic analyses. And if you like disagree with any of the readings that I've come up with, that's what the comment section is for. Like I said in the previous video, all of the analyses are valid. There's no right way to read a poster or anything in that matter. And I'm going to start with the Joker, because, you know, we do live in a society after all. Let's view this image full screen. So the first thing that I see in this poster is this, and I'm not sure how well you can see my mouse. It's this, like, it's buildings on the left, buildings on the right, and then there's this void in the middle where the Joker sits. Now, like, the signs that I'm picking up off that is he sort of sits, like you could say, and I've seen a lot of people make videos about this, that he is on neither side of the argument. He is literally in the middle. He's not taking a side. So like at the end of the film, I don't know if you've seen the film. At the end of the film, he says, "I'm not into politics," and that's kind of showing that he's, like, literally in the middle, in the void between the two sides. But what I see this as is, like, they're trying to build the Joker as this character who lives and operates and exists outside of the norms, and, like, the apartment blocks on either side are very much normal things. They're where normal things happen. So he exists in this void between it, which is where the normality is not. So he literally is existing between. Do you get what I'm saying? Then we've got, like, obviously we've got, like, the biggest, like, the very, very top text-wise of the poster is the name Joaquin Phoenix. They're very much trying to sell it on his name. And then you've got, like, the phrase of Todd Phillips' film is almost invisible on the background of the stairs, because he's made some films that aren't great. So they're trying to sort of bury his name a little bit and bring Joaquin Phoenix's to the forefront. Just the word Joker, not the Joker. This character is usually referred to as the Joker, so just calling the film Joker, and again, this is just something that I'm picking up on at first glance, is, again, they're trying to pull this version of the Joker away from the usual version of the Joker, and I think taking away the just makes it a little bit unnatural, and also putting him in a red suit rather than a purple suit, again, makes you, like, even a little bit subconsciously aware that the Joker in this film is not the Joker that you know. So that's just a very, very base semiotic analysis that I can throw together from looking at this for basically the first time. I mean, I saw it when I went to see the film, but I didn't, like, look at it properly. I haven't done any research for this. This is because I wanted to emphasize that you don't need to, like boil down a film to do this. You can do this while you watch the film. You are doing this while you watch the film, even if you don't realize that you're doing it. I'm recording this on OBS, and I've just realised I haven't turned my alert box off, so I hope nobody follows me on Twitch during this time. If you do, link in the download. I'm a good Twitch person. Let's have a look at a Marvel movie. Let's do Avengers Endgame. Like, the Marvel movies are, like, the posters are terrible, and I am okay with saying, oh, that's a garbage tiny image. Fuck it, we're gonna use it anyway. So, like, just pretend for a second that you have woke up from a coma from the last fucking 10 years and you don't know what the Avengers universe is. If you just saw this poster for the first time, you're, like, as soon as you saw this, you would go, okay, this is not the first film in the franchise, because no way are they introducing all of these characters in the first film. It's also subtitled Endgame, which makes you, like, which pretty much, like, instantly concretes the fact that it's the last one. So if you'd not seen any of the others, they're kind of telling you this is not the place to start. You've also got, like, this faded picture of this character, whom I know is Thanos, but just for the sake of the experiment, I'm going to pretend I don't know who it is. This faded character in the background, he's clearly he's important enough to be on the poster. He's important enough to be the biggest face on the poster, but he's not a main character because we can assume that all these people are main characters. So this guy probably, you can tell, is the villain. And again, I know he's Thanos, I know he's the villain, but you can probably like tell he's the villain by what he is, by like his prominence on the poster, but not part of this, which is clearly the main character clump. And Marvel loves this. Marvel loves having like the clump of main characters in the most 75% of the poster. They love having these main character clump, and it's really ugly. But you can probably tell that like this guy, who obviously I know is Captain America, and this guy, whom obviously I know is Iron Man, are probably the main characters, because one has the biggest face and two is the front and central character. And like basically like all of these people, they're also there, and if you know them, you probably, a reason to see this film is probably because of one of the characters on these posters. But this guy, obviously Tony Stark, and this guy Steve Rogers are the two main characters in the flick. I will admit I haven't seen this film, so I don't know how accurate that is, but that is what I'm picking up off of the poster. This is actually backed up by the billing order at the very top. We've got Robert Downey Jr. first and Chris Evans second, which top billing is this name here. The reason these names never line up with how they look on the poster is because this name here, because in the movie poster business, they assume that you read the poster left to right. I'm not sure how accurate that is. I know I don't read the poster left to right. They assume you read the names left to right. So obviously Robert Downey Jr. is the first name you're going to read, so he's the most important. Chris Evans, the second most important character. And the third most important character is the one at the end, which is why it's and Josh Brolin, which as we know is Thanos. So all of that sort of lines up. So if you know the names of these actors, you know, or you don't, you can tell who the main characters in this film are. You can probably also tell that it's a space movie. If you didn't know who the Avengers were, you'd probably know this was a space movie, just because of the sort of dark and nebula-ish background. It might be some sort of sci-fi, but it's definitely also action because of the explosion. And again, this is just another example of like, I'm just doing this off the top of my head, and you all do this off the top of your head when you look at a poster, even if subconsciously. Now, let's have a look at something like Moonlight. Moonlight has quite an interesting poster, because again, this isn't a film I've seen, but instantly, like, these are, I know this is the bisexual flag colours. I think that's what it's supposed to be anyway. I don't sell pins with pride flags on them or anything, so I shouldn't know that. Link in the download to my shop. But like, this is like, for me, this if not the bisexual flag is clearly invoking the bisexual flag. So this is probably going to be a queer movie. Like the sliced up guy, like it's clearly the same person, like it looks like the same person, but in three different situations. So clearly this character has like chunks of their life where they feel like a different person, different enough to clearly signify by colour. This is all like this is clearly biopic's not the right word, but this is clearly like a biographical film about this character, like important enough that no other character needs to feature on the poster. This is his movie. This is like a stark contrast to the Avengers, wherein that was a massive ensemble cast. This is this guy's film. This guy is the film, which is why he is the entirety of the poster. There was this trend for a while to put a face and then words on top of the face in movie posters, and I'm glad this film didn't do that, because that, to me, all the like, when I look at those posters, all I can tell from that poster is you if you liked The Social Network, you'll probably like this film, because they're all just trying to copy the poster from The Social Network. Whereas this is going for something very different. It's, like I said, it's colourful, it's queer, it's a one-person story, and there's no names on this at all. So they're not trying to sell it on the actor; they're trying to sell it on this character. This character is this film. Like I said, this is just a little bonus video. If you want to, like, again, disagree with any of the analyses that I've made, throw them down in the comments below. Don't try not to base your analysis of the poster on the film if you've seen the film. Just try and base on things you can see in the poster. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts about either these posters or a little bit of homework. Find a movie poster that you like and link to it, like put it on Imgur or something and link to it in the comments, and tell me what you can think. Tell me what you think about that poster just from what you can see in the poster. I thought that'd be I just thought this would be an interesting way for you to experience some like first-hand, off the top of the head semiotic analysis. If you like this video and you haven't seen the semiotics video, go back and check that out. There'll be a link in the iCards up in the top corner. And yeah, this is a bonus video, so I'm not going to do full Patreon plugs, but Patreons and Twitter and Twitch all down below. Click all those, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay fresh, cheese bags.